everybody, I kind of started the makeup process already because I wasn't thinking of recording a video, but then I was just standing in silence and I was like, okay, I actually do have some things to say and I'm gonna say it. And so, yeah. But first, I gotta get my fucking eyebrows on because it is kind of a rush job because oh my god, my hair. Don't mind that. I'm going to, I don't even, I want to call her a friend, but she's more like my friend's sister, but we've known each other since I've known her for a fucking while. Let's just say I've like seen her growing up. Like I've seen her as a child, I've seen her as a preteen, I've seen her as a teen, and so now she's I think turning 18. I'm not really sure, but yeah. I'm going to her birthday, and the sad thing is that I didn't buy her a present, and so I'm gonna have to hit up the Target to get her something because I forgot. Well, I didn't forget. I knew, but I don't know. I just was not feeling Target yesterday. Okay, these eyebrows are giving like clockwork orange. Okay, that's okay. But anyways, I was hanging out with my friend yesterday and we were just in my car talking outside of Chili's because I think the Timberwolves game was on or something because there were so many white boys and I came to realize that a lot of them, I don't mean to be racist because I feel like I'm always being kind of racist to white people on this channel, but it's just my personal view, not view, it's just the way I see things. And so the way that I see these white boys, they all look the same to me, and I'm thinking that it has to be some type of like mitosis, some type of genetic cloning, some type of something like that, because there's no way they came out the womb looking like that. And I'm not saying that to diss on them, but at the same time I want to see some more variety between them because you guys have so much potential to be so much better than what you are now. And what you are now is disappointing to me because you guys all look the same. Because even like in K-pop groups, they have different because the common criticism to like K-pop groups is that they all look the same, but like once you actually get to know them, they all have different aesthetics and styles and whatever the fuck. Like Jungkook, he's an emo boy, and then compare that to, I don't know, Rap Monster, who's just Rap Monster or some shit like that, and so there's differences between them. But like when I see these white boys, I'm like, you guys all are like a hive mind, and I mean that in the most gentlest way possible. You guys are a hive mind. And so yeah, well, anyways, they came into the Chili's, and so me and my friend were like, okay, we're bouncing. And so our houses were like 20 minutes away, like, and so we were just like, let's just sit in your car. And I was like, whatever the fuck. So we sat in the car and we were talking about just shit, and then somehow we stumbled on this one topic, and it's been kind of stuck in my head because I saw a TikTok about it recently, and I was like, okay, like, phone listening, I hear it, and we're gonna talk. And so the topic was about ships that shouldn't be shipped but are shipped regardless, and one of the ones that one of the only ones that we could come up with was Bakugo and Deku, because we believe that it is an abusive relationship. It's physically and verbally, emotionally, and whatever the fuck abusive. And so I personally don't ship it because I think it's kind of grody, and I'm not really, I don't know, I feel kind of iffy about like the enemies to lovers trope, because never in my years would I think about getting with someone I hate. If I hate someone, I hate them for a reason. And so I'm not going to hook up with them just because, my hatred for them is so real. There's a reason why I don't like them. And the reason why I don't like them is keeping me away from them. And so, the enemies to lovers trope, I don't know. I can't think of any ships like on the top of my head that maybe like Hannibal. But they're like a different breed. They're a different breed, and they're meant to be kind of fucked up in a way, so I'm not really going to use them as an example. But I can't think of another one on the top of my head. But Bakugo and Deku, yeah, babes. Kind of weird, but I'm not going to, go out of my way and comment on like a Bakugo and Deku like fan art, be like, this is heresy, this is a sin, you can't be doing this, this is it's like I said, there's no use in arguing with crazy, and so I like to just let them be crazy on their own time, and they'll grow out of it, because I have seen a lot of reinstitutionalized Baku Deku fans. I've seen a lot of sane anti like post Baku Deku whatever the fuck fans, and so I do have some type of faith that like they will snap out of it one of these days and become a better human being. But for now, I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna waste my breath arguing with some stranger online about fictional characters and who they should fuck, okay? But and then it went on to like, oh, like maybe we can try to think of another one. And the only thing that was coming to my mind was people that shipped like Hisoka and Gon. And I don't know how prevalent that ship is, I'll be honest, because I mean, I haven't been in the fandom for a while. Like, I think I was the last time I like interacted with the fandom was like 2021, and so I don't know what's going on there. But I have seen like quite a bit of love for Hisoka. I mean, just in general, you know, he's one of those anime hot boys, and I was thinking about it, right? I was like, isn't it weird that a certified pedophile is one of the is one of the hot anime boys that everybody thirsts over? Isn't that kind of weird? Out of all the animes you can watch, out of all the hot men you could thirst over, you decide to thirst over a clown pedophile? Like, isn't that weird? Isn't that strange? And like I said, I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum because I have a couple of weird things, like weird love interests that I mean I wouldn't say online, but they're not kid diddlers. You know, they're just they look kind of weird, but overall they're just, you know, normal people. Maybe I'll give an example so it doesn't, like Legoshi. I think Legoshi is hot. What about it? And so like, and then I saw a TikTok where a girl was like openly talking, or not openly talking, but she was like, "Oh, what are some of your?" I don't remember what it was. It was like, "What is some of your weird takes on dudes or whatever the fuck?" Or not weird. I don't know what are. I can't remember what the phrase is, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, oh, what is some of your unpopular love interest or whatever the fuck? And so hers was that one guy from Killing Stalking. I don't know what his name is. It's like Sanwoo or some shit. And Hisoka. And the last one I didn't know because I'm just not in the know anymore apparently. And that leads me to like think that like a lot of people online, I think, allow people who they perceive as attractive to get away with not so great things, aka, you know, kidnap, murder, pedophilia, rape, blah blah blah, this and that, you know, just the basics. And it's kind of alarming, but I mean, I don't think that they would ever get with them in real life, but I think that it's another one of those fantasy things where certain people, I don't want to say weird people because I'm genuinely not sure if it's even considered weird at that point. It has to be like criminal. Because how are you going to consume this content and come out of it as like, oh wow, Hisoka is so hot. Like every time he fucking saw a minor, which is Gon, he would like start moaning and shit like that. And I know that he's like a certified freak to everybody, but like you have to have boundaries if you're a freak, you know? You can't just be like an all-rounder freak like Drake. You have to allow yourself to be a freak within the limits of freakness. And so the fact that some people are like, wow, Hisoka is so hot, like, you know, fuck the fact that he's a pedophile. Like, he's my baby daddy for real. And it's like, I don't want to unpack that with you because that's not none of my business. But at the same time, I'm quite curious as to how you're able to just kind of do mental gymnastics about the fact that Hisoka, you know, has a preference for everybody, including kids. Yeah, yeah. Like, I get that he can be funny sometimes, and I think that his character overall is a really funny dude. I think he is a really funny dude, but besides that, what else does he have to give to the community? What else does he have to give to the world other than, you know, that? And then same with Samwoo. I don't remember how to say his name, but the blonde guy from Killing Stalking. I don't recall there being any really redeemable features about him other than he was superficially charming a couple of times, but is that really basis for, loving? Because you can find any superficial motherfucker in the world, right? You can find them on Instagram, you can find them on the streets, you can find them anywhere, but you choose to find someone that's superficial and a murderer and a rapist and blah blah blah, this and that. Like, I get there's the point of like dark fantasy or whatever the fuck, but like There has to be a boundary, babes. Like there has to be a boundary. And like I said, I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum, but shoot, y'all. Like maybe if you guys are interested in these men, I'd be interested to hear as to why you think they are attractive. I'm like trying to think if I like anyone that's like controversial. Maybe Rick from Rick and Morty, but yeah, maybe him. He's one of those characters that I'm like, okay, he's hot, but he has a lot of things wrong with him, and it's not just yeah. There's just a lot of things wrong with him. I don't want to really get into it, but he's yeah. Let me think of another one, just so I can out myself, because I mean, I get like being into freaks and stuff. I like freaks, but not to the level of like touching kids freak, you know. I mean, unless you want them to match your freak and you're a pedophile, then go ahead. I don't care. um, mm, I'm like looking at my manga to like try to figure out, but I don't think I have one in mind right now. But anyways, yeah, and I'm like trying to think of other examples too about people who are problematic. Not problematic because it's more than just problematic that people are into still, and they're like apologists for. Because I feel like appearances really do kind of help people get away with things. Because if you're fugly and you diddle kids, like you're going to jail. But if you're, you know, attractive and you like kids and you like to diddle them, then you're going to get away with it most likely because people think that the kid wanted it because you're attractive. Which is a really kind of crazy statement to even, you know, think about, much less say. But it's true. A lot of, you know, like a lot of teachers like female teachers will hook up with their students because it's like they have that power and so they're able to do it, and the boys don't know any better because they're fucking children, and so they'll get with their students and the students will think it's the craziest or like the coolest thing ever because they're getting with an older lady, but turns out that older lady is using them for her own benefit and taking advantage of them, but they're, you know, too young to understand the fact that this is wrong, so they think it's something to brag about, so they do it. But I'm not gonna blame the boys because, you know, that's just how society raised them. But the women should know better, and so the women tend to get a lighter, tend to not be as demonized in the media, because people generally see women as more harmless. And I addressed this already in another video, so I'm not gonna hash on it too much. But I think it's the same concept of people being attractive, and so people don't believe that attractive people can do wrong. And here's another hot take. I don't know if this is like a really, really hot take, but for me personally, I don't believe that hot people are able to be funny. I don't know how to explain that other than I believe that if you're hot, you should only stay hot and not have a personality. Like, I don't think you can be funny and hot. Just a hot take. Dude, watch all the people in my fucking comments be like, yap. I do not care. I do not care. But I'm just joking anyways. Like, if you're hot and you have a personality, good for you. But if you're not, then so what? I'm never gonna talk to you. So why am I gonna get pressed about what? About if you're funny, if you're funny, if you're funny. Okay, I don't care. My eyebrows right now are like barely siblings. Like barely siblings. They're probably step siblings at best, and it's pissing me off. But it is what it is. I'll just have to live laugh a little bit because I think my friend's gonna come soon. She's driving from Minneapolis, so I'm hoping she encounters 6 car crashes so it slows her down. Because knowing Minneapolis drivers and Minnesota drivers, there's always some fucking shit going on the fucking roads. But yeah, I'm trying to think of freaks out there that people are into, but those two are the only things that come to mind. Like Gojo, I can pass because he's the freak on his own time. He's not creeping on kids or nothing. But for me personally, I just don't like ENTP men, so I think that's why I have a personal vendetta against him. But that's coming from like an ENTP person herself. So yeah. yeah, a lot of the things that people are like find like freaky is that like it's mostly the characters that just have a different appearance than what would be normally acceptable, like Legoshi, or you know the fish from Nemo, that scarred fish. Like people are like, oh, like this is one of my blah 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 this and that, and I'm like that is normal. Like it's just a fucking fish. Like at least he's not fucking kids, right? He's not murdering people. He's just a fucking fish. Like that's like on the pyramid of like what is worse to what is like best to worst. I feel like being a fish is probably like up there. It's not that bad compared to like a criminal, which is down there. It's like, because I'd be worried if you were like into, I don't know, who's like a genocidist. I don't know, like Kim Jong Un or some shit like that. I think I'd be a little bit worried, but at the same time, I'm like, if you're into Kim Jong Un like that, then um, I'm probably not communicating with you in any way. I probably have never talked to you. I probably have never seen you in real life because I don't know who out there is making thirst trap edits of Kim Jong Un. Because a lot of the crushes that people have, like the weird crushes, like the hear me out crushes, it's just animals. Like just say you like animals and that's okay. Like not animals, but like you like animal characters and that's okay. Like the fucking spirit horse dude, like that is a fucking horse, but it's like a conventionally attractive horse. Like they purposefully made that horse attractive in order for people to thirst on him, and that's whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. Same with like, I don't know, that line from Zootopia. It always comes back to Zootopia. I don't know why, but that line from Zootopia on the fucking train, people are like, oh my god, he's so hot, or Tony the Tiger, this and that. Like those are apples and oranges, man. I do not give a fuck if you're into animals. Like what does that got to do with me? Like unless you're not touching real animals, I don't give a fuck. Like you find a fish funny, it's not like you're gonna pull a fish out of the fucking lake and stick your cock in it, or like suck it off or some shit like that. Like I don't know. Okay, it looks whatever. Like the fucking thingamabobber is making me look like absolute fucking dog water, and so it's just what it is. Let me try to see if I have anyone who's a freak on my wall. Other than Hannibal, I can't say. I mean, maybe The Weeknd. The Weeknd is not like outwardly a freak, but after his performance in The Idol, I think I do kind of see him as, other than normal. He's a deviant in my eyes. But yeah, if you're into hisoka, I'd be really interested as to why you're interested in a man that likes kids. And you know what? I've been watching a lot of like true crime as well. And it has come to I've always known this, but it's come to my attention that a lot of people in, relationships with pedophiles will tend to defend their partner. And so they tend to be irrational in that front. Like they're usually very rational in other fronts, but when it comes to like defending their partner, they become very delusional about it. So maybe it's not the right question to ask about why you're into hisoka, because it's just like, oh, this and that. Because when people become defenders, they become public defenders, man. They will just be a devil's advocate just for fucking anything. Like, even if they don't believe in it, they're just like, you know what? No, like, I love my man and I'm gonna stand by him. I love that man. And you're gonna stand by a fictional pedophile man that's not even real, who doesn't even give you any, schlong in real life, unless you're dating like a Hisoka cosplayer. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that, oh, you can't like Hisoka as a character, because I think, like I said, there's a lot of redeeming things. Not redeeming, but there's a lot of funny things about him and a lot of cool things about him. Like he's obviously a really skilled Nen user, and he's a very smart character. But I feel like there's so many cool characters in Hunter x Hunter to appreciate, and so choosing Hisoka out of all of them is just kind of weird to me. But it's just weird to me. I don't know if it's weird to y'all, but well, if you were to say to me that like Hisoka is your favorite character, I don't think I would even blink an eye. I'll be honest. But if you said that you are romantically interested in him, I think I would have to do a double take. Then, because girl, what the fuck? Out of all the sexy anime men in the world, you decide to go for him. Like there's Zoro, there's Sanji, there's Smoker. He's fun. And there's like a ton of others that I can't remember on the top of my head. Oh, there's like Genos. There's Satsuma. Who else? I don't know. Like there's way others. Like you can even be into you can be into like Gojo. You can be into Nanami or whatever his fucking name is. Nanami, whatever. You can be into whatever the fuck, you know? Like romantically, of course. And I'm not gonna diss on anyone that has like, you know, crushes on anime characters because, you know, we've all been there. We've all been there. And so it'd be hypocritical for me to come up here and be like, you guys are freaks. You guys are certified freaks for enjoying anime men. Because that'd be a hypocrite move of me. That would be a really, really hypocritical move of me. Because what do I got on my wall over there? They're not technically anime men, but they can be. They are, and he's in a manga, I believe. But they're from a video game, and so I feel like this is the same concept. Like fictional men, like babes. I'm not gonna send them my fucking house and be like, "Oh, you guys are freaks. You guys are freaks," because we're all freaks at the end of the day, but not criminal freaks. Okay, we're just weird freaks in our house, enjoying the fruits of what we call man's imagination. And what is wrong with that? What is wrong with enjoying what, you know, these creators have given us? Let's do a makeup check. Does it look better? And it looks a little bit better. Just a wee bit better. Okay. I don't know when my friend is coming because it's damn near almost time to leave, and I haven't even, you know, gotten dressed. I think I'm just gonna be a bum fit today because, girl, I just don't want to get. It's a birthday party, but at the same time, I know there's only gonna be like 5 people there, and it's including me, so I think I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And I have to come home and do homework. Not homework. I keep on saying homework. It's work. Like work. I just want to get, or maybe I should just wait for oh fuck yeah. I got some more feedback from a project that I'm working on, and it turns out that a lot of people are liking it. So I'm kind of happy about that. I was kind of scared that I wasn't delivering what they wanted me to, and that's like the last thing I want to do as a graphic designer is to make something and someone's like, "Oh, brother." I think that would have like caused me to change my major. But anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna do my hair, get dressed, and hopefully my friend comes, and I'm gonna buy that little bitch a present and hope that her 18 goes a lot better than mine. Okay, all right. Thanks for watching. Don't be too mad about what I said because it's the internet and I get to say whatever I want, and you can either choose to say something or don't. I don't care. Anyways, you can die on your hill. I don't care. Okay, all right. Kisses.